Eagles Nest News, the road to the playoffs and the future with Landon Jackson. Hello, Eagles Nation. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Eagles Nest News. I'm your host, and today we have a lot to dive into. As the regular season nears its conclusion and the Philadelphia Eagles prepare for the playoff push, many fans are thinking ahead to what's next for the team. Whether it's about the final 4 regular season games, the upcoming playoff run, or even the future of the team with the 2025 NFL Draft approaching, there's a lot of buzz around the Eagles right now. Now, while we all hope that the Eagles can clinch a spot in the Super Bowl and add another Vince Lombardi trophy to their collection, it's also important to start thinking about how the team can continue to improve and maintain its elite status in the league. And today, we're going to focus on something really exciting: the future. Specifically, we're going to talk about an intriguing prospect who could potentially help the Eagles' defense become even more formidable in the near future. In today's video, we'll discuss a mock draft pick from the Score's Landon Jackson, who has the Eagles selecting a player that could help solidify their defensive line. So make sure to stick around until the end, because we'll also take a look at why this player might be a perfect fit for the Eagles and what that could mean for the team's success moving forward. As we start to focus on the Eagles' future, it's clear that this team is in a great position right now. With a strong record, a solid coaching staff, and a dynamic roster, the Eagles have a legitimate shot at making a deep playoff run. But even though the present is looking promising, the Eagles' management knows that the future is just as important. One of the key areas that could use some reinforcement is the defensive line. The Eagles have one of the most talented and formidable defenses in the league, but there's always room for improvement, especially if they want to continue dominating in the NFC and make sure they're ready for whatever challenges lie ahead. That's why, according to Landon Jackson's mock draft for the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft, the Eagles could be targeting Arkansas edge rusher Landon Jackson with the 30th overall pick. Let me break down why this is such an exciting possibility for the Eagles. First of all, Landon Jackson is a physical specimen. Standing at 6 feet 7 inches and weighing 282 pounds, Jackson is an edge rusher with elite length and a frame that's hard to ignore. He's not just tall and big for nothing. Jackson has proven himself to be a dominant force on the field. Over the past 3 seasons at Arkansas, he's recorded 16 sacks in 37 games. That's a pretty impressive total, especially considering the level of competition he's faced in the SEC. In 2023, Jackson has already tallied 6.5 sacks through 12 games, showing that he's a constant threat to quarterbacks. Beyond his sack totals, Jackson has also posted 49 total tackles, 10 tackles for loss, 3 passes defended, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. His ability to disrupt plays and generate pressure is something that should have Eagles fans excited. But let's talk about why adding a player like Jackson could be so beneficial for Philadelphia. The Eagles already have a solid defensive line with stars like Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, and Josh Sweat. However, as we've seen in previous seasons, having multiple elite pass rushers is a huge advantage. Jackson could complement these veterans and add depth to the defensive line, which could give the Eagles even more flexibility and strength against high-powered offenses. The Eagles could use him as a rotational piece, slowly integrating him into their system while still allowing him to make an immediate impact as a pass rusher. Jackson's size and physicality make him a nightmare for offensive tackles, and his ability to both sack the quarterback and defend the run would help the Eagles shore up their defensive front. His long arms and agility allow him to shed blocks and wreak havoc in the backfield. Just imagine the Eagles' defensive line with Jackson added to the mix, lining him up alongside guys like Sweat and Cox, while also keeping young players like Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis involved. This kind of depth on the defensive line could make the Eagles one of the most formidable teams in the league for years to come. Moreover, Jackson's experience in the SEC means he's battle-tested against some of the best competition in college football. The SEC is known for producing top-tier talent, and Jackson has had his fair share of success against some of the toughest offensive lines in the nation. If the Eagles decide to draft him, they would be getting a player who knows how to perform under pressure and is used to facing high-stakes games. So, with the 2025 NFL Draft just around the corner, the idea of adding a talent like Landon Jackson could be exactly what the Eagles need to take their defense to the next level. With the team already having a strong foundation, the addition of Jackson could make a big difference in their quest for more championships in the future. As we focus on the current season and the Eagles' playoff aspirations, it's also essential to keep an eye on the future. The Eagles are in an excellent position to compete for another Super Bowl this season, but they must continue to build on their success for years to come. Drafting a player like Landon Jackson could provide a major boost to their defense, adding depth and strength to an already talented unit. His size, pass rushing ability, and overall physicality make him an exciting prospect for the Eagles as they look to maintain their dominance in the NFC. So, Eagles fans, what do you think about this potential draft pick? Would you be excited to see Landon Jackson join the Eagles? Or do you think there are other areas the team should focus on in the draft? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. We're just getting started, and there's so much more to talk about as we move through the rest of the season and look ahead to the future of the Philadelphia Eagles. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, fly Eagles fly. I hope this script suits your needs for Eagles Nest news on YouTube. Let me know if you need any more adjustments or additions.